Hey, what's up? John Someonelse here from simpleprogrammer.com. So I got this this email. I like it. I titled it in my Trello board for the videos, "Telling Your Guidance Counselor to Fuck Off." And I got this email, and he says, "Hey John, I just want to say I watch your videos religiously. I'm 17 from Salisbury, North Carolina, near Charlotte, and in high school. I'm going to a .NET coding bootcamp right after high school. You and the Complete Software Developer's Career Guide has influenced me immensely. If you don't know what he's talking about, it's my book, The Complete Software Developer's Career Guide. Read it. Get a copy. All right, so, and he says here, I love this. My guidance counselor said I would never get a job as a software dev, and you know what I say to that? Bullshit, all in caps. A wise man said, you don't need permission from anyone. Let's cue up the you don't need permission video here. John, I live by that. I don't need to go to college to be the best, and I promise I will graduate #1 in my coding boot camp. Thank you for being an inspiration to me and others. I'll be waiting for the YouTube notifications when you upload. Thank you." So that's cool. I love getting emails like that. I love that idea of telling your guidance counselor to fuck off. It's so sad that so many guidance counselors, unfortunately today, give kids such horrible, bad advice and really limit put limitations on them, right? Tell them where their limits are. So I thought I'd talk about that a little bit today, just in reference to this email. This idea of don't let other people put limits on you. It's so easy to find people who will put limits on you. And unfortunately, what ends up happening is that a lot of times, I think this guidance counselor, people that become guidance counselors are not stupid assholes. Okay, some of them are, but mostly they actually genuinely want to help people. And that's why you would pick to become someone like a guidance counselor. Honestly, I honestly believe that's true. But a lot of the people that put limits on us or that, want to tell us where our limits are, they're people that care about us, maybe even love us, right, the most. And this is likely to be parents. It's likely to be people like guidance counselors. It's likely to be friends or girlfriends or, sometimes spouses or significant others, right, and family members, and some of it, some of it is, I don't want to paint a picture that it's all like genuine and it's all people watching out for you, but there's sort of things that happen that we all are kind of susceptible to, right? And so one of them is like I said, is that when people care about you, they want to make sure that they don't want to see you get disappointed. They don't want to see you overstep your bounds and to get hurt. Actually, who talks about this a lot is Grant Cardone. He's got a book called Be Obsessed or Be Average. I did a book review on that. Go check out that video. You can click the link below or click the card thing on here if you want to get that video. But it's really this idea that these people, they don't want to see you be disappointed. They don't want to see you have your heart broken or to not make it and then feel bad. So they want you to set reasonable expectations for yourself. They want you to have reasonable expectations, and it makes sense. And you mean well. Maybe when you do that to someone, and people in your life probably mean well. Probably this guidance counselor means well, but it's such a bad thing to do. It's such a bad outlook. And sometimes I think that what can happen is that, again, people are not necessarily malicious in this, but a lot of times your friends or people around you, they don't want to see you exceed them or to exceed what your limitations are because of a couple of things. One, it makes them realize that they didn't go after their dreams, that they didn't think big enough, that they didn't stretch far enough, that they didn't put themselves out there enough, right? It makes them realize, when you say you're going to write your book, right, and you're going to be a best-selling author, they say, well, I didn't write my book. Like, I really should have done that. So they want to kind of discourage you because, again, subconsciously, they don't want to be compared. They don't want to feel like guilty for doing what they should have done, what they knew in their heart that they could do. You see what I'm saying? And so they feel like, oh man, if I tell John, if I tell, what's his name, if I say, hey, this is, don't do this. This is not, you're never going to do it. You're never going to make it. Like, you need to have some realistic expectations. Get a real job, get a realistic goal. Then I don't have to, then I can I'm telling myself that. You see what I'm saying? They're telling themselves that so they don't have to feel guilty about not going after dream, right? I don't want to say passion, but dream, like their big goal, their big, hairy, audacious goals, right? Okay, so that's a lot of what happens. And then there's also just the crabs in the bucket, right? Anytime that you're trying to move or you're trying to increase your ability or increase yourself or move to a higher plane of existence, right? And that's a lot of times what happens is that your friends, your family, they mean well, but like you're threatening, like they don't want to see you disappear. They don't want to see you become, Jay-Z. They don't want to see you, succeed because you'll be leaving them behind and they like you. They don't want to miss you. And sometimes it's just jealousy. Sometimes it's just pure jealousy. So whatever it is, right, you got to be like this guy that sent me this email that said, you know what? Fuck this. Bullshit. You think I'm not going to become a software developer? I'm never going to make it? Bullshit. Okay? Bullshit. Not only am I going to make it, I'm going to be number one in my coding bootcamp class, right? Like, that's the attitude. That's the mentality. Like, it doesn't matter what this gentleman does. He's going to succeed, but it's so important. It's so key. It's so critical if you have this mindset. But I'm telling you in life that people are going to be like this guidance counselor. And honestly, in this case, I mean, when a guidance counselor says something like, you'll never get a job as a software dev, that actually hurts. That actually hurts me. Like, I actually feel a twinge of pain there, like a knife twisting in my heart, because how many lives have been destroyed by that kind of language, right? How many people has this guidance counselor destroyed their life, right? Destroyed their hopes, dashed their hopes. I got to tell you, like, one, don't be that person. Don't be that person. Like, don't ever tell someone why they can't do something. Tell them what it's going to take and how hard it's going to be so that they know the path that they're going to take, but encourage them. Tell them that they can do it, because what purpose, people will surprise you. People will rise to the occasion. There's a lot of fucking things I'm doing right now that people told me I couldn't do. Okay, but I didn't believe them. And that's the second thing, is don't believe this shit. If someone tells you that, fine. Let them say what they're going to say, but your answer should be bullshit. And it should be to prove them wrong, but it shouldn't. Your motivation shouldn't be to prove them wrong. Your motivation is because you believe in yourself, because you know what's possible, and you're not going to let people put a limiting belief on you, right? And then you're not going to let other people put you into a box or limit you. And like I said, you're going to hear this a lot. A lot of people are going to tell you this. They're going to tell you in life, they're going to tell you that it's unrealistic, that you've got an unrealistic expectation. You should just get a regular job. You should just, have a realistic expectation of what you're going to be able to do, what your performance is going to be, or whatever it is. Bullshit. You got to tell them no. You don't even have to say anything. You can just ignore them, but you got to believe that what they say doesn't matter, because people don't know. It's often really tempting for us to look outside and to see experienced people and to think that they know. But most people, if you look around, I want you to look around and look at the people you know. Most people are living mundane, mediocre lives. They're not living the exceptional life. So if you want to live the exceptional life, you got to find the exceptional people that are living the exceptional life and start doing and believing what they're doing. Don't listen to the advice from someone who became a high school guidance counselor in their fucking life. You see what I'm saying? Like, again, nothing necessarily wrong with that, but it's really not usually someone's dream, right? And then maybe there's some high school guidance counselors that it's their dream and that's fine. But usually, if you're a high school guidance counselor, you fucked up somewhere in life. You flunked out on your dreams. You did not give it your all. You did not go for what you could have done in life. So if you're going to talk to that person and expect that person to give you some good life advice, to tell you, your limits, expect your limits to be lower than theirs, okay? Right? Because they're going to put your limits lower than their own, that they put on their own life. And so that's just not a good strategy for life. Instead, look for the shooting stars. Look for the stellar people. Look for the people that are fucking unstoppable, that are doing amazing things, and emulate them. Don't even ask them. Don't ask them what's possible. Emulate them. That's what you got to do. Model someone else who's already doing what you want to do, as Tony Robbins would say. All right, that's all I got for you today. Hopefully, some of you will tell your guidance counselors to fuck off. And if you like this video, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you click that subscribe button below. Click the bell so you don't miss any videos. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.